Hi Gemini, welcome to your love reading for April 2017. Before we get into the reading, I just wanted to show you some jumping cards that you had. You had the Empress and the Moon. So the Empress, to me this card represents love, this card represents marriage. This card also represents not having to settle for a relationship. You can have the relationship of your dreams. Now, it came out with the Moon, so to me the Moon, I feel like for some of you, like this is definitely, things that are hidden from you. Something is revealed that was not known. So it could be that you're finding, for those who are single, you're finding out that somebody maybe that you knew, you were friends with, that this person is actually perfect for you. You're kind of discovering that you have that connection. For those who are already coupled, I feel like there could be some confusion. This card also represents confusion and not knowing when it comes to your relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back in the deck and we will see if they come up for you again and how they relate to the main message. Okay, so let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for April 2017. The first card that you have, Gemini, is the Ten of Swords. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. The Hierophant. Love reading for the sign of Gemini, April 2017. The Ace of Pentacles. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. The Lovers. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. Death. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. The Three of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Gemini, April 2017. The King of Wands. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. The Two of Wands. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. And the Tower. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for April. And you have the Page of Cups. So for those who are single, this can be somebody new coming into your life. This can also be somebody that you're hearing from. The pages represent communication, hearing from someone from the past. This can also just be rekindling your relationship for those who are already coupled. Okay, so we will see how this ties in with the rest of the reading. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. So at the top row, you have the Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, this is usually a message that it's time to move on from something where you have been hurt. And we see someone laying on the ground with 10 swords. I won't say in their back because it looks like there's 10 swords everywhere. So this card usually comes up, when you have been hurt in some way, you've been betrayed, but you kind of you haven't quite processed that, that yes, you were hurt, but now it's safe for you to move on. And not only is it safe, but it's time for you to move on. Something new awaits you. After a 10 is an ace, which is a new beginning. In fact, you have that new beginning right here. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is, a lot of blessings from the universe. For those who are already coupled, the blessing that awaits you is, I feel like, a relationship is healed. It could be that you went through something really difficult. Maybe you were lied to in some way by your partner. Maybe you were betrayed. Maybe you were just in a really dark place. With the Ten of Swords, you feel like you've hit rock bottom, or you have hit rock bottom. But this is a message that you've already been through the worst and it's time for you to move on from that. So I feel like here somebody's kind of making a comeback where things were really difficult, but now something really positive happens for you. This is kind of like, your relationship is revived. The Ace of Pentacles in general is a really positive card, whether it's a love reading or a general reading. And it means that, a lot of blessings just seem to fall into your lap. So I feel like this can be, a relationship that was on the verge of ending, where suddenly everything turns around and, you find happiness once again. Your partner tells you they still love you. You also have, the Hierophant right in the middle of this. The Hierophant is a major arcana. It's a very spiritual card, and this usually means, that you and your partner are kindred spirits. There's a strong connection between you, a spiritual connection. You're drawn to each other. You feel at home. You feel that you belong with each other. So I feel like a relationship that was not in a very positive place, where maybe someone was betrayed, or maybe you were just in a difficult place because there was a lot of fighting and arguments. Suddenly, a partner could be giving you a second chance. There's a new beginning for couples. And definitely, with the main energy being the Page of Cups, this is you rekindling your relationship. This also can be, a heart-to-heart, where you're able to kind of tell your partner, what it is that you were feeling, and you're able to get past whatever you're going through. Now, for singles, this is telling me, again, the same message. It's time for you to move on with your love life. So it could be, that someone broke up with you, maybe in an awful way. Because with the Ten of Swords, it's like you're kind of paralyzed in fear, but you're also kind of paralyzed in pain. Like you're terrified of moving on. For those who are single, there's someone new awaiting you right here with the Ace of Pentacles. There's so much happiness waiting for you. They're just kind of waiting for you to move on. And the person that you're connecting with, this is a significant relationship. This is a major arcana. It's not just like a fling or someone that you have things in common with. This is kind of, a soulmate or a kindred spirit. Okay, so let's move on to the second row. You have the Lover's card. Major arcana, and this also, to me, this often represents, a very strong, committed relationship, a marriage. This is a solid bond between two people. This has come up for so many of the signs. I just feel like relationships that are struggling, like you're finally able to finally get on the same page, where you're finally understanding each other. You're healing your relationship. So this is, for those who are coupled, this is your relationship, your marriage. I see some type of huge change around this marriage or relationship. You have the Death card. So, like I said, you already have that new beginning here, where, you're being told there's a lot of happiness, a lot of blessings. But there's also something that has to go. With the Death card, there's a new beginning, but it's also letting something go, the death of something. And I feel like it could be the death of, whatever it is that happened here with the Ten of Swords. You have to forgive, and you have to move on. So this also, represents, a huge development. I mean, there's nothing more dramatic or life-altering than, death, so to speak. So this is, a huge development in your relationship. So for those who are maybe just dating, or you're living together, it could be that, in April, you and your partner move in together. Or there's, a marriage proposal. I mean, to me, the marriage, the Lover's card, it does represent marriage. So I feel like this is a huge positive development in your relationship. Huge. It could even be, having a baby, or, moving, buying your first home. It's a huge development, but there has to be the death of something in order for that to happen. And it's usually something that doesn't serve you. And I see here, whatever this represents for you, that you're doing everything that you can to make this happen. So like I said, whatever, scenario the Death card represents for you, you're not just standing by and, just watching or waiting or hoping that it happens. You're actually kind of very much hands-on in your relationship. Like you're trying to give your partner hints that I want to get married, or maybe we should live together, maybe it's time to have kids. The Three of Pentacles represents time and effort. I also feel like for some of you, they want you to know that whatever this huge development is with the Death card, or maybe, what you want is marriage. What you want is your partner to commit further. It's going to take, time and effort. And this could be that, there's some convincing to do. Not twisting someone's arm, but kind of showing them that you have a good thing going. For those who are single, you know, this new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles, right after the new beginning came the Lover's card. So there is, you know, a significant relationship. This could be your life partner for those who are single. And it could be that you're in a place where you're still hurting over a relationship that was lost. So for you, it's kind of like a huge wake-up call that it's time to move on, because there is, you know, this kindred spirit from the Hierophant, the new beginning, someone who can be your life partner. This is not someone who's going to betray you and walk away from you. But there does have to be, you know, this ending. You have to leave the past in the past and accept this new beginning. This will be huge development in your love life, but you have to at least try. And this could be trying as far as trusting people or just dating. Again, I see you connecting with someone here with the Page of Cups. This is, I mean, this could be someone younger than you, but this is, you know, someone kind of, you know, offering you a relationship. Okay, so let's look at the bottom row. You have the King of Wands. So this would be someone who is a fire sign, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. So the energy around this person, this could be, for those who are already coupled, this can be your romantic partner. And for those who are single, this could be, you know, someone that's coming into your life, a fire sign. Now I see something kind of strange here, the energies around them. You have the Two of Wands. So to me, the Two of Wands, this represents, yes, it does represent partnerships, including relationships, but it also represents waiting. I feel, you know, it represents waiting. We see the person just kind of standing around here. So when this card comes up, you basically are just standing around and just kind of like waiting for something to happen. When. I feel like for some of you, you may be waiting for this person here. And this, you know, it may be a fire sign, but it may not. Sometimes it's just the energy. This is someone who's very outgoing, very confident, very successful. You've been waiting on this person in some way. It could be you've been waiting for them to commit to you, to marry you, to meet them if you're single. You've been waiting for this person, maybe to come back from the past. You've been waiting. What I find intriguing here is a Tower. I feel like you will be pleasantly surprised. I feel like whatever it is that you've been waiting for and waiting, bang, it finally happens. This is, you know, something shocking, a shocking new development around this King of Wands, where you were waiting for something, and I feel like, you know, you're finally getting what you want. Whether it's that phone call or the marriage proposal, whatever it is, or that positive change in a relationship, I feel like the Tower is a positive energy for you. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up for you from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for April 2017? You have the Four of Cups. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. The Queen of Swords. Love reading for Gemini, April 2017. And the King of Cups. So your energy, you are an air sign. So you're definitely the Queen of Cups, male or female. This is your energy. Now what's interesting is that she came out, or he came out with the Four of Cups. So this, can represent that you're starting to kind of feel a little hopeless about your love life or your relationship. You're starting to kind of feel, this is kind of like an I don't care energy. And if you look at the card, he does have that expression of just like, ugh, whatever. So this can mean that you are just kind of, unhappy about some aspect of your love life. Maybe things are not going the way that you want to. Maybe you're sick and tired of waiting for something to happen here, where you've been waiting for a long time. This is just, a card where you're starting to just almost kind of give up, and you're starting to kind of distance yourself because you're unhappy, or you're just kind of bored with how things are happening. This is right next to a new beginning, so I feel like whatever it is that you're unhappy about, I feel like something quickly changes for you because of the Tower, because of the Death card. And then you have someone else pop up here. You have another Court card, the King of Cups. This is someone who is a water sign. So now you have the King of Cups and you have the King of Wands. For those who are single, I feel like these are definitely possibilities for you. These are people that can maybe be your life partner, the Lover's card. water sign, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. These are significant energies to you. I feel like for some of you, I mean, the King of Wands is next to, right below the Lover's card, life partner, maybe you're waiting on them. The King of Cups is next to your energy, so I feel like this is someone who could be very close to you. This could be your romantic partner. For those who are single, this could be someone you're very close to meeting, where what you have been waiting for, this is a person you have been waiting for, and then fireworks, bang, you meet. Something very unexpected. A very positive development for you. Okay, so let's see what this deck wants to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for April 2017? The Queen of Wands. Okay, so you have the King and the Queen. What other messages are there for Gemini for April 2017? The Ten of Wands. Gemini, April 2017. And the Wheel of Fortune. At the bottom of this deck you have Death. So this is a repeating card because you already have that message right here. Like I said, this is an ending. This is rebirth. This is an ending and a new beginning. So we'll look at these cards because when they come up 2 times, it's usually, very significant. And this is the last reading that I do, and a lot of the signs have had these repeating messages. This is not a coincidence. This is like probably the most important card for you. But this is interesting as well. You have the Queen of Wands. What's so interesting about it is that you also have the King. So I definitely feel like for those who are single, you want to be looking at someone who is a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This person is very significant to you. I feel like, this could be, the one. This could be the person you've been waiting for. This is just a huge synchronicity for you. 2 different decks, and here you have, 2 fire signs. This can also be, when I see a king with his queen from the same suit, these are 2 people that belong together. And you do have the Hierophant energy, which to me, this is a card of kindred spirits. This could even be you and your romantic partner. Even though you're an air sign, if you have a moon or a rising sign and a fire sign, this is definitely telling you that you and your partner belong together. But, the next message that you have here is you have the Ten of Wands. So I kind of feel, for those who are single, and I've already said this because you have a similar energy over here, you're kind of, you're bored and you're kind of tired. And I feel like for some of you, you've been through something very difficult with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Wands is an energy of, it's an uphill battle, and it's, this energy of being exhausted and fed up and just wanting to kind of give up on everything. And then this is the energy of being unhappy and bored. So I feel like for those who are single, you may just kind of feel like, why bother? Why bother looking? Why bother trying? Nothing's going to happen anyway. But you do have this, big synchronicity with a fire sign and the Wheel of Fortune. So if you've had really bad luck when it comes to love, that could change. The Wheel of Fortune represents good luck. This is like a very lucky time for you. It's also a time for things to finally turn around for you to finally be happy. You also have, the Death card 2 times. This is a repeating card from 2 different decks. So whether you're single or you're in a relationship, this is probably the most important message for you in this reading. This is telling you that there is a huge new beginning waiting for you. But if you're thinking, great, there's a but there. First, you have to sacrifice something. You have to let something go with death before you get that huge prize, that whatever this new beginning is for you. It could be marriage, finding the person of your dreams. It's there, but you have to let something go first. And then you have this, huge opportunity or this huge change. This is, something very positive, milestone in your life. So I want to go back to couples because I don't think I talked about couples here. So again, this could be your romantic partner. Again, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. There's this energy here, like I said, same thing with singles. There's an energy of wanting to give up, of feeling like no matter what I do, it's a constant uphill battle. It's a constant struggle. I feel like, this is changing for you. This is definitely an energy that is not sticking around. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is telling you that you're going to get out of that energy. Things are finally going to turn around for the better. And I definitely feel, I'm drawn back to the Death card, so I definitely feel like something has to be sacrificed if you feel like you're in that energy where you kind of feel unhappy and you feel like everything is just a struggle. Something has to be sacrificed, if it's only just forgiveness or willing to leave the past in the past. So I kind of feel, just kind of looking over this reading, there's definitely, a big message of endings and new beginnings, with the Death card being here 2 times from 2 different decks. I feel like there's a possibility of a huge development in your love life, whether you're single or married. With the Lovers card here next to the Death card, for some of you, it could be that this is your time to meet your life partner or to keep that relationship going. And the other synchronicity is, fire sign. So for those who are single, I feel like there could be someone very significant that you meet in the month of April, where this person could very well turn out to be your life partner. Okay, Gemini, this has been your love reading for April 2017. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.